Hello everyone, I am Darshan A, Assistant Professor of Mathematics. In the previous sessions, you have learned the elementary row operations and elementary column operations. In this session, you are going to learn how to use elementary row operations to find the inverse of a non-singular matrix. A matrix is said to be singular if its determinant is equal to 0, and it is said to be non-singular if its determinant is not equal to 0. To find the inverse of a matrix, the matrix should be non-singular. Given a matrix A, there are three elementary row operations. The first one, you can interchange any two rows. And the second one, you can multiply to a row any non-zero scalar. And the third one, given a row, you can add a scalar multiple of some other row to that row. Suppose if a matrix A is equal to matrix B into matrix C, if you apply a row operation for matrix A, parallelly you should apply the row operation for matrix B on the right hand side, keeping the matrix C as it is. If you are applying a column operation for A, you should apply the column operation for matrix C, keeping the matrix B as it is. Using this idea, now we shall see how to find out the inverse of a non-singular matrix using elementary operations. We all know that any non-singular matrix A can be written as I into A. Now you start applying a sequence of elementary row operations for the matrix A on the left hand side to get the identity matrix. Parallelly, you have to apply the same row operations for I on the right hand side, keeping the matrix A as it is. So finally you will arrive at I is equal to B into A. So the matrix B should be the inverse of matrix A. Suppose you prefer to apply elementary column operations, then you have to start with A is equal to A into I. Then you start applying column operations for A to make it the identity matrix. Parallelly, you have to apply the same column operations for this matrix, keeping the matrix A as it is. You arrive at I is equal to A into B. So B should be the inverse of matrix A. The only thing is, if you start with elementary row operations, then you have to apply elementary row operations for every step. If you start with column operations, then you have to apply column operations throughout. In this session, we are only concerned about finding the inverse of a non-singular matrix using elementary row operations. Now we shall discuss some examples. Find the inverse of a matrix A is equal to 1 0 1 minus 4 1 minus 1 6 minus 2 1 using elementary row operations. First you start with A is equal to I into A. The matrix A is 1 0 1 minus 4 1 minus 1 6 minus 2 1. And the identity matrix I is 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. I prefer to start with making this element 1. We already have 1 there, so I shall move on to the next step. We shall make these two terms 0. To make these two terms 0, we should change the row 2 by 4r1 plus r2 and row 3 by 6r1 minus R3. Row 1 is unchanged, so write down as it is. Now to change R2 is 4 R1 plus R2. 4 into 1 is 4 minus 4 is 0. 4 into 0 plus 1 is 1. 4 into 1, 4 minus 1 is 3. Similarly, if you apply the operation here, you get 4 into 1 is 4 plus 0 is 4. 0 plus 1 is 1. 0 plus 0 is 0. Similarly, if you apply the operation for R3, you get 0 to 5 and 6 0 minus 1. Now we have 1 0 1 0 1 3 2 0 2 5 is equal to 1 0 0 4 1 0 6 0 minus 1 into A. Now we have to change this element to 1. We already have 1 there, so we shall move on to the next step for making this element and this element 0. As we have 0 here, so I only change the row 3 using this operation. R3 changes to 2R2 minus R3. We get here R1 and R2 are unchanged, write down as it is. Here R1 and R2 is unchanged, write down as it is. If you change R3 by 2R2 minus R3, you get 0 0 1 here and 2 2 1 here. Now for the next step, we have to make this element 1. We already have 1 there, so I shall move on to the next step. Make these two elements 0. To make these two elements 0, we can apply the row operations. R2 changes to R2 minus 3R3 and R1 changes to R1 minus R3. As we have 1 here, if we multiply this by 3 and subtract by 3, we get 0, and we subtract 1 by 1, we get 0. Now R3 is unchanged, write down as it is. Change R2 and R1 using these operations. You will get here 1 0 0 0 1 0 minus 1 2 minus 1 minus 2 5 minus 5 minus 3. Finally, we have identity matrix is equal to some matrix into the matrix A. So this matrix should be the inverse of matrix A. So we have A inverse is equal to minus 1 2 minus 1 minus 2 minus 5 minus 3 2 2 1. To summarize, if you have a matrix A B C D E F G H I, first you try to make this element as 1, and later you should make these two elements 0, and next you can make this element 1 followed by making these two elements 0, and finally you can make this element as 1 followed by making these two elements 0. Now we shall discuss one more example. Find the inverse of a matrix A 2 3 1 1 2 3 3 1 2 using elementary row operations. Consider A is equal to I into A. Here we have 2. First we shall make this element as 1. To make this element as 1, we can easily apply the operation R1 changes to R1 by 2. If we apply this operation, we will get 1 here, but here we get 3 by 2 and here we get 1 by 2. To handle fractions is a bit difficult as compared to integers, so we can apply some other operations. I can interchange row 1 and row 2, or I can apply r1 changes to r3 minus r1. The idea is to avoid fractions as far as possible. Here I am applying r1 interchanges with r2. r3 is unchanged, so write down as it is. Interchange row 1 and row 2, you get this relation. Now we have 1 2 3 2 3 1 3 1 2 is equal to 0 1 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 into a. As we have 1 here, we can make these two elements 0 by applying the operations r2 changes to 2r1 minus r2 and r3 changes to 3r1 minus r3. So we get row 1 is unchanged, we get 0 and 0 here, we get 0 1 5 0 5 7 minus 1 2 0 0 3 minus 1. Next is to make this term 1. As we have already 1 there, we can move on to the next step for making these two terms 0 by applying the row operations. r1 changes to r1 minus 2r2 and r3 changes to 5r2 minus r3. And when you apply the operations, you should be careful that these terms should not be changed. We get here 1 0 minus 7 0 1 5 0 0 minus 18 is equal to 2 3 2 minus 3 0 minus 1 2 0 minus 5 7 1 into a. Next step is to make this term equal to 1. Here there is no other way, we have to divide r3 by 18. So I apply the transformation, r3 changes to r3 by 18. So I get 0 0 1 here, minus 5 by 18, 7 by 18, 1 by 18 here, and other two rows are unchanged. Next, as we have 1 here, to make these two terms 0, we can apply the row operations. r1 changes to r1 plus 7r3 and r2 changes to r2 minus 5r3. So we get 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. And to explain with an element, if I change r1 by r1 plus r3, we get 2 plus 7 into minus 5 by 18. You multiply and divide by 18, we get 36 by 18 minus 35 by 18, which is equal to 1 by 18. Similarly, you apply these two operations to get 1 by 18 minus 5 by 18 0, 7 by 18 1 by 18 minus 5 by 18. Finally, we have an identity matrix I is equal to a matrix B into matrix A. So this matrix should be the inverse of matrix A. You can also write this matrix as 1 by 18 into 1 minus 5 0, 7 1 minus 5 7